My name is Amir Tiwari. My UNID is 16400648. Now I'm doing video demonstration for the receipt of the assignment wireless and advanced network technology. So this is my overall network topology. For this assignment, the author was provided to design a network topology of a medium enterprise. So on the right side, this is the London office. Now on the left side, this is the Northampton office. So both office uses different ISP. So this is the London ISP and this is Northampton ISP. So in order to communicate between these two ISP, BGP was used. So BGP was configured in the ISP router. So here you can see the BGP is configured in the Northampton ISP router as well as in the London ISP router. So BGP is configured to communicate between these two ISPs. Similarly, on the Northampton office, there are three buildings. So in order to communicate between these three buildings, author used EIGRP for these two small buildings of Northampton office and OSPF for the larger building of the Northampton office. EIGRP is configured in this router of this top small building. So here you can see that AIGRP is configured. Similarly, on the small bottom building, AIGRP is configured in the main router. Similarly, OSPF is configured in the main building's router. So OSPF is configured, and after configuring OSPF and AIGRP, both are redistributed in order to make the communication possible. So redistribution is done on the routers. So after doing the communication should be successful. So let's try to ping. Okay, it failed. Just try again. So the ping should be successful. So let us first give the DHCP for the customer service also. So the all the users are getting IP from the DHCP server dynamically. So let us try and ping with the other building. So the ping is successful. So communication is happening between these buildings of these buildings of the Northampton office. So the ping is successful. Similarly, after the communication is possible in these buildings, the IP phone. The requirement of this project is to configure IP phone or provide IP phone for each user. So every user should have access to one IP phone. So the author connected IP phone for every user. So the IP phone is functional. So the GUI of the IP phone shows the phone number of IP phone. So this and the number of this IP phone is 103. So let us try and make a call to 103. First of all, let us so dial tone 103. Now the call is successful and it is receiving call from 104. When you take the phone, it is connected. So the IP phone is working perfectly. Um, After the IP phone has been configured, the author also configured firewall in London and Northampton office. So In London office, the firewall is configured over here. So in the firewall, there are three VLANs are made. The first VLAN is for DMZ, and the second VLAN is for the outside interface, and the third VLAN is for the inside interface. So the security level for inside interface is 100, and outside interface is 0, and the DMZ is 50. So the author hosted web server and email server inside the DMZ. Um, Similarly, author also used the default route. Author also used the default route configured inside and outside for the inside and outside interface. So this is the default route configured for inside and outside interface. The author also configured the access list for the static NAT IP addresses in the firewall. Similarly, in firewall, author configure class map, policy map, and service policy properly for all interfaces. So let us say this is the class map, policy map, and um, policy map for DNS, HTTP, and service policy. Similarly, firewall is also configured for the Northampton office. In Northampton office, we do not require DMZ, so the author created two VLANs for inside and outside interface. So the inside interface has the security level of 100, and outside interface has security level of 0. Similarly, the route default route is also default route distribution. Default route distribution for the inside and outside interface is also configured. Similarly, policy map, service policy, and class map is also configured by the author. So the main use of firewall is to uh, decide either to block or allow the incoming or outgoing connection. Similarly, after configuring firewall, uh, static NAT was configured in the uh, edge router of London office as well as the edge router of Northampton office. So let us so uh, here this code shows that the configuration of NAT to change the static private IP address to public IP addresses. After configuring NAT, web server is accessible to internal as well as external user to its. So this code shows that uh, uh, the static private IP is converted into the public IP, which makes the web server accessible to internal as well as external user. So static NAT was configured in the edge router of London office. Similarly, on the edge router of Northampton office, static NAT was also configured for static NAT was configured for uh, changing the private IP into uh, public IP when the data are out of the internal network. So the London office is our internal network, and the Northampton office is our external network. Similarly, after configuring the static NAT, the author also hosted a web server. So the web server should be accessible by after doing the static NAT, the web server should be accessible by um, the external user, which is Northampton office. Let us try to send packet. So the ping is successful. Similarly, uh, the email server should also be accessible. So let us try to ping email server as well. So it is also successful. Similarly, um, the author also hosted a web page inside web in the web server. So let us try to so the URL of the web page is www.amirtest.com. So so since all users can access the web page, so the external user can also open the web page. Similarly, not only external, internal users will also be able to access the web page. So let us try to open the web page www.amirtest.com. So look, all the user can access the web page. Similarly, the author also hosted a email server. So for in use author has created um, email. So email users, there are two users, CS user and SR user, and the domain is set to office.com. So first of all, our users should create an account. So similarly, let us see HR user and CS user. HR user has email service. So look, configured. This is the email service configured for HR user. So let us try to send a mail to another user. So we are HR user, so let us try to send mail to CS user. And so domain is office.com. Office.com. Subject is hi CS user. This is access user. So let us send a mail. So the mail is sent. So let us check the inbox. Um, email received. So hi CS user. Let us reply to SS user. So this is my reply. So it is sent and the mail service is working perfectly. Let us SS server, SS user. So the mail, okay. So receive hi. This is the reply from the CS user. Hi CS user. So 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 this is my overall project of CN wireless and advanced network technology research. So I hope I have completed a basic as well as advanced function. I'm sorry for the voice communication. Thank you.